I was born in France, in Strasbourg, but that was just a sort of accident because my parents lived in Germany, and things weren't so happy there. And so I was in Germany till I was 5 years old, and then I left Germany the day before World War II started and went to Switzerland. I stayed in Switzerland the next 8 years, went to school there and so on. And my dad had gone to England a year before, so we didn't see him for 8 years. And then when the war was over, we had to stay another year because you couldn't travel through France and things like that. And so when I was 11, I came to England. A few years before I moved, the synagogue in Chapeltown, what was it called? The New Shul, was still in existence, but then that closed, and we hadn't got a synagogue near us anymore. Well, we were quite, I won't say ultra-Orthodox, but quite traditional, and I didn't travel on Shabbat and things like that, and so I couldn't get to a synagogue at all, and yet that meant a lot to me, and it's a good thing being in a community like that. I go to the UHC, which is in Shadwell Lane. It's near, but even now it's not near enough because my walking's got worse, but for a long time it was fine. My parents were members of this of this shul, the UHC, and so I became a member as well. Now when I moved in, I thought it would be nice to get to know them, and when I had I tidied up a bit, and I put a note in everybody's letterbox and said I would like to meet them, and only one person responded. A few had an excuse of some kind, and one or two didn't answer at all, but the one who lived above, and that was Pamela Keppelman, who yes, unfortunately is no longer with us. She came, and we became firm friends for a long time, and I miss her now. To be honest, no, as long as the neighbours are friendly and respect my religion and everything, I'm quite happy to have non-Jewish neighbours. Yes, on the whole they've helped me quite a lot. I mean, sometimes I need a plumber or an electrician, and I ring up and they find me somebody. They've always been helpful. I think it's very important, and if I can mention something, I listen every Tuesday morning to Rabbi Sofrin's shiur, and only this morning he mentioned the Jewish Welfare Board, and he said what an amazing, not society, what an amazing organisation it was. Mm-hmm. It's made a big difference because, I mean, I don't have any relatives in this country anymore, and I feel I belong a bit more than I did before I moved here. So Mazel Tov to the Jewish Housing Association for their 70th birthday, and may there be many more of them.